Old world. The old world is the fact Lady Justice can see through that fake blindfold. She sees shades and money that is about to change. The United States Code, U.S. Code, and the statutes at large are the primary laws and codes that back up the creation of laws in the United States. United States Code, a compilation of the most important public laws in the United States, organized by subject matter. The U.S. Code includes the original law, any amendments, and deletes any repealed or superseded language. Statutes at large includes every law passed by Congress, as well as the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and other important documents. Man's law made up as you go. Color of law. We create what fits our narrative. We, the people, are supposed to create laws that protect us in everyday living. These are public servants, they work for us. People are not holding them accountable. Public servants are people who work for the government, either elected or appointed, and have duties that include 1. Implementing policies, putting government programs and policies into action. 2. Communicating with the public, listening to community concerns and needs, and providing information and assistance. 3. Enforcing laws and regulations, ensuring that laws and regulations are followed. 4. Managing resources, using public resources efficiently. 5. Addressing concerns, responding to public complaints and inquiries. 6. Promoting accountability, ensuring that government operations are transparent and accountable. 7. Developing programs, creating and implementing programs to reach out to the community. 8. Collaborating, working with community groups and nonprofit organizations. 9. Advocating, representing the needs and interests of the community. 10. Maintaining records, keeping accurate records and documentation. 11. Training, providing training and support to other public servants. 12. Staying informed, keeping up with current events and government policies. 13. Building relationships, fostering positive relationships with stakeholders and the public. Public servants are expected to put the Constitution, laws, and ethical principles above personal gain. They should also avoid having financial interests that conflict with their duties. Let's create laws. I have seen so many people on the internet crying because Trump is doing what he does. Crying isn't going to change anything. Complaining is not going to change anything. Marching in the streets and rioting is not going to change anything. We must be knowledgeable, pen and paper them. We must hold those in these positions accountable. We must flood these courts' temples with their words. Yes, black and white. Reason knowing their positions is important. Steps. Step 1. The bill is drafted. Any member of Congress, either from the Senate or the House or Representatives, who has an idea for a law can draft a bill. These ideas come from the Congress members themselves or from everyday citizens and advocacy groups. The primary Congress member supporting the bill is called the sponsor. The other members who support the bill are called co-sponsors. Step 2. The bill is introduced. Once the bill is drafted, it must be introduced. If a representative is the sponsor, the bill is introduced in the House. If a senator is the sponsor, the bill is introduced in the Senate. Once a bill is introduced, it can be found on congress.gov, which is the official government website that tracks federal legislation. Step 3. The bill goes to committee. As soon as a bill is introduced, it is referred to a committee. Both the House and Senate have various committees composed of groups of Congress members who are particularly interested in different topics, such as health or international affairs. When a bill is in the hands of the committee, it is carefully examined and its chances of passage by the entire Congress are determined. The committee may even choose to hold hearings to better understand the implications of the bill. Hearings allow the views of the executive branch, experts, other public officials and supporters, and opponents of the legislation to be put on the record. If the committee does not act on a bill, the bill is considered to be dead. Step 4. Subcommittee review of the bill. Subcommittees are organized under committees and have further specialization on a certain topic. Often, committees refer bills to a subcommittee for study and their own hearings. The subcommittee may make changes to the bill and must vote to refer a bill back to the full committee. Step 5. Committee markup of the bill. When the hearings and subcommittee review are completed, the committee will meet to mark up the bill. They make changes and amendments prior to recommending the bill to the floor. If a committee votes not to report legislation to the full chamber of Congress, the bill dies. If the committee votes in favor of the bill, it is reported to the floor. This procedure is called ordering a bill reported. Step 6. Voting by the full chamber on the bill. Once the bill reaches the floor, there is additional debate, and members of the full chamber vote to approve any amendments. The bill is then passed or defeated by the members voting. Step 7. Referral of the bill to the other chamber. When the House or Senate passes a bill, it is referred to the other chamber, where it usually follows the same route through committees and finally to the floor. This chamber may approve the bill as received, reject it, ignore it, or change it. Congress may form a conference committee to resolve or reconcile the differences between the House and Senate versions of a bill. If the conference committee is unable to reach an agreement, the bill dies. If an agreement is reached, the committee members prepare a conference report with recommendations for the final bill. Both the House and Senate must vote to approve the conference report. Step 8. The bill goes to the President. After both the House and Senate have approved a bill in identical form, the bill is sent to the President. If the President approves of the legislation, it is signed and becomes law. If the President takes no action for 10 days while Congress is in session, the bill automatically becomes law. If the President opposes the bill, they may veto the bill. In addition, if no action is taken for 10 days and Congress has already adjourned, there is a pocket veto. Step 9. Overriding a veto. If the President vetoes a bill, Congress may attempt to override the veto. If both the Senate and the House pass the bill by a 2/3 majority, the President's veto is overruled and the bill becomes a law. Law, ignorance is no excuse, means that a person cannot use the defense that they were unaware of a law to avoid legal consequences for breaking it. Essentially, everyone is presumed to know the law, regardless of whether they actually have knowledge of it, and this principle is often stated as ignorantia juris non excusat, Latin for ignorance of the law is no excuse. Unless you have the money or go out here and get knowledgeable of law, most people will continue to be poor and ignorant by a system that created ignorance, then punishes you for it. It's time for change. Do your own due diligence. I'm only a guidepost. New World.